With that, operator, please open the call to questions.
And ladies and gentlemen, if you'd like to ask a question, you may do so by pressing the star key followed by the digit 1 on your touch-tone telephone. If you are using a speakerphone, please make sure your mute function is turned off to allow your signal to reach our equipment. Once again, it is star 1 if you'd like to signal for questions at this time. And we'll pause just briefly to allow everyone a chance to signal. And again, ladies and gentlemen, it's star 1 if you'd like to signal for questions. And we will take our first question from Todd Copeland.
Good morning. It's Todd Copeland from CIBC, sitting in for Mike Willemse. My question is, what are the milestones to bring this to market in terms of pilots, designs? When would you expect evaluation by OEMs? Just talk us through that, because I mean, getting to a big long DCF is probably needs to happen only after you have some indication the market will actually take this product.
Well, this is Lee Pearhall. Let me respond, if I can, to that. When we first started the development of the device, the POET device, we met with a number of organizations in the industry to determine what the needs, wants, and desires were for the finished product. And Dr. Taylor strove all along to meet those requirements. This dates back a few years ago. Throughout the iteration of the growth of the product, we have developed it to a degree in our facilities at the university to where those tolerances and requirements have been met. The product then has been moved out to a third party, as I mentioned in my commentary, who is validating, remotely validating away from us everything that we make in the way of claims and operations. That validation process is ongoing. There has been already a documented effort indicating that all of the smaller firmware modules that have been developed operate correctly. And based on that, that organization is moving forward to developing a final chip utilizing the POET platform. So what that means is that at the end of that movement, which is a few months down the road, we would then have a functioning device which would validate the process. Hence, we started the valuation effort prior so that it would run coterminous with the final results. The product then is in such a state that we would be able to now go out to the marketplace and commence conversations about what we have, where it fits, and then take it from that point forward. So we're at a precise moment to make that movement, which is why we are in discussions with investment banking firms to provide guidance once one is selected to us.
Okay, so if I understand you correctly, you'll have sampling components available this year that then can be considered for future products, which likely have designed to commercial ramp of a few years, I would guess.
That's entirely correct. The product is a communications platform, which once an organization were to assume the control of that product, would have to develop firmware around its capabilities. That would conceivably take some time. That time is only it can only be answered by the assuming company for how much intensity and labor they want to put into it. But the platform will be completed to that state shortly.
Okay. Have you had any early OEM interest, and if so, what has it been?
Well, we have initially, as I said, gone out to test the market, and we did, in fact, have conversations with multiple chip manufacturers, well-known names, with server companies and alike, and they know who we are and what we're doing. They knew when we were first there what the status of our development was, and And since we walked away, we felt it important to just give them periodic updates, but nothing more. They do understand the position we're in right now and are certainly awaiting for us to re-engage with them. So that will be taking place very shortly.
Okay. Lastly, who do you think your closest competitor is with your type of packaging?
Well, because we are a gallium arsenide chip, we have watched closely the industry, and unless there's somebody else sitting in the dark as we were, at this time I can say that we, at this point, do not know of anyone else who is in the similar development, or even if they are, as far along as we are. So we enjoy that position, which is why I said earlier, time is of the essence.
And outside of gallium arsenide, which I guess there's been some questions on its high volume economic viability, who would you say would be the closest competitors?
Well, again, that's something that we took a very close look at, and based on inherent problems within the traditional semiconductor industry, we do not see that that actually is a problem for us, or could be a problem because of the characteristics of straight silicon and chip. So that's why the chip manufacturers we've spoken to are quite interested in what we're doing. It could give them a different pattern to the marketplace that they have been striving for that they can't reach traditionally.
And we'll move on to our next question from Darius Almavet with Private Investor.
Gentlemen, congratulations on what you've done. It seems Todd asked all the questions I was going to ask, so thanks a lot, Todd. You saved me the trouble. That's all.
And ladies and gentlemen, at this time, I'd just like to remind everybody to star 1 if you'd like to signal for questions. At this time, it appears we have no further questions. I'd like to turn the call back to Mr. Lee Pirol for any closing or additional remarks.
Well, thank you very much. And once again, let me say that we are extremely proud and excited about the work we have done thus far with POET. We control what we believe to be a revolutionary technology that we think may fundamentally alter the landscape of many markets, including the server, smart device, and computing industries. And again, as I said earlier, never before on one gallium arsenide chip has been able to integrate both electronic and optical circuits. By combining them on one chip, we believe we can eliminate the inefficiency and cost burden on systems that use separate chips for the same function. These cost savings and performance improvements can be immense and potentially transform the whole industry. Both the board and management team of ODIS and Opel Solar are intensely focused on realizing the full value of the work that has gone into the development of the POET technology. We have a number of exciting alternatives to pursue, and we are working hard in pursuing those alternatives. We thank all the employees and shareholders and our business partners for their hard work thus far, their support, and their encouragement on all of these efforts. And once again, I thank you very much for taking the time to call in.